right, how's it going, everybody? Dee here with a brand new episode of Top Down. I feel like I'm doing this episode better already. I know it's just 5 seconds in of me talking, but you know what? It feels better than a previous episode, and I'm all here for it. A lot of stuff is happening this week. First and foremost, let me say, school started this week, so that's why podcasts have been a little bit late than usual, so I've been busy with that. Anton 6 has some news, so make sure you check out Cheesy Controller to hear about what his new news is. A lot of friends that I have are either breaking up with people, they're quitting professions, they're doing things that they're doing. I'm not saying any names, but people are just changing their professions. They're switching up loved ones. They're just doing so much stuff out there. And I'm trying to be there, be a good friend to all my friends. So I've just been scattered all over the place. It happens. You know what I mean? Like, life happens, things happen, and sometimes it's hard to keep yourself in place when you're helping out people that you care about. So, like, breaks are needed. We all need breaks. Breaks are important, but first and foremost, I want to say thank you all for listening to that previous episode. I'm your host, Dee. This is FTO Nerd Talk, Top Down. FTO Podcast will be coming back when I figure out how to talk about gaming news and comic news and news that doesn't involve the SAG and the WGA strike that's happening. So I know, like, there's ways I can talk about stuff without having to be a scab. I can even talk about it and not even have to worry about being a scab because, you know, I'm talking about the news. But you know what? Talking about stuff when people are on strike, whether like you intend to be that way or not, it's not my cup of tea. So I'm not going to put myself out there talking about anything that's going on in Hollywood because I just can't do it. I just can't. I can't be that guy. But since I'm saying all that, this is Top Down. The episode title for today is Characters Reimagined in Anime Realms. Who would have thunk? I forgot who gave me this idea. It's out there in the notes, in the comments of the previous episode. So, thank you out there. I do have other episodes coming up, too, in the future. We got one from Tashi J's Notorious Adversaries of the Black Panther. Be on the lookout for that episode. And also, another fan of FTO Nerd Talk who sent me a great idea is super villains without superpowers. So, you got those episodes of Top Down coming up very soon. I'm really happy to talk about all those different topics, but you also have like a lot of interesting stuff out there, like the boat fight in Montgomery, Alabama. That's been going all over the place. The hat in the air being the signal for everybody out there to go at it and fight. The people walking around with chairs on their hips. That is very interesting to see. Oh, and the person who told me about the superheroes without powers was Luke Cage first. That's Luke Cage, number 1, ST Hero on Instagram. So if you get a chance, check out his page. He's going to give me that great idea for that episode. But what else has been going on out there? I know I got like a lot on my feed. See, that stuff about like the Invincible comic book series is getting its own first ever video game. I can talk about that. So that's happening. I didn't talk about it, like, you know, in article form or on a page, but I could have talked about that, but I didn't. Ava DuVernay will make history at the Venice Film Festival as the first black woman to have her film selected for the film festival competition. Also news I could have talked about, but didn't. And I'm saying that I didn't talk about this stuff simply because I've been busy. Like, busy. I almost said, you know what? I'm not doing this episode tonight because I'm exhausted. I have been binging Dragon Ball Z Kai like a maniac, and it's good. I just found out that Captain Ginyu, is trans. Didn't even put that in my head when I first watched this. So that's something. And Nail from Dragon Ball Z is probably still one of the most badass characters that ever existed. So it's a lot to talk about this episode. And I really want to get into it and talk about it with you guys. I hope you guys are like ready for this awesome jam pack. We're probably going to take a break in between some of this. I had 10 characters. I'm probably going to drop it down to 9. You know what? Let's go to that one character I was going to drop out. Let's go to that one first. Let's just get it right out of the way and talk about why I'm not a big fan, not of the character, but of the character's creator. So number one on this list, you know what? I'm not going to do it justice. Is Black Panther, T'Challa, the king of the fictional African nation of Wakanda. Black Panther is a skilled warrior and the protector of his people. He's known for his intelligence, vibranium suit, and leadership within the Avengers. Like, he was a leader of the Avengers once upon a time. Read your comics. You should know this. And I picked this character to go into, like, the anime epic fantasy adventure world of Attack on Titans. Yeah. I feel like I don't need to explain Attack on Titans to all of you, but Attack on Titans is a anime that takes place in a fictional world where these giant-sized colossus attack humans and eat them. And the only reason why I would put Black Panther in a situation like this because of his skills, his fortitude, his know-how, his prowess, he would dominate in that story. But would he keep his moral compass while being a part of this world? That is the real question in my eyes. Could Black Panther still be a decent person and live in that world? Like, I don't know. I really have no idea if Black Panther could be a decent person and live in the Attack on Titan universe, because it's hard to be a decent person and, like, to survive and better that world. You know what I mean? So if you watch the anime, you know what I'm talking about. Like, it's a lot of twists and turns when it comes to the characters in the story. So yeah, Black Panther, Attack on Titan. That's number one. Number two is Storm, Aurora Monroe, a mutant with the power to control the weather. Storm is a member of the X-Men. She's often depicted as a powerful and regal figure, and her heritage connects her to various cultures. It really does. It definitely does. She has, like, a lot of different cultures inside of her, and, like, her power is godly. It's omega level, as they say in the comics. In the comic book, the anime I will put her part of would be the supernatural drama Noragami. And here's a little synopsis I got for IMDb. The synopsis of Noragami is: a minor god seeks to gain widespread worship, teams up with a human girl he helps save to gain fame, recognition, and at least one shrine dedicated to him. Now, while I don't think Storm will go that route of putting herself out there to be a booster gold type character, I definitely could see her being inside this universe. If you watch the anime Noragami, I think you can see it also. It wouldn't play out the way we see in this anime, but people would worship her. People would see her as an icon. She would just be praised. It wouldn't be like the struggle of mutants and things like that. She would already be that. So, and the same for T'Challa being in Attack on Titan. He would have his own nation inside this anime. Also, he would have Wakanda with him in all of this. I'm not gonna put that kind of pretext for all these characters. That wouldn't be fair. But I do think Wakanda would be in the Attack on Titans world, much how Aurora will still be a mutant, but I don't think she would be oppressed or persecuted for being a mutant. She would be seen as a god in this. Next up, we have Luke Cage, Carl Lucas, also known as Power Man. Luke Cage possesses superhuman strength and durability due to an experiment. He often operates as a street-level hero in Marvel's New York City. And the anime I will put him in is the urban action Black Lagoon. Now, I know the people who know what Black Lagoon is and say, "Oh, he did not do that." I did. Come on, could you not picture Luke Cage with his power in there? With his power, even if he didn't have his power, having his gusto, his sweet Christmas inside of this. For those of you who don't know what Black Lagoon is, here's a synopsis for you I got from Wikipedia. The series followed the Lagoon Company, a four-member team of pirate mercenaries smuggling goods in and around the seas of South Asia with their part-time boat, the Black Lagoon. The group takes on various jobs, usually involving criminal organizations and resulting in violent gunfights. Just listen to that synopsis and tell me that Luke Cage would not be a great addition to that anime. I mean, come on. That is gusto right there. Chef's kiss. Next up, number 4, Cyborg, Victor Stone. A member of the Justice League, Cyborg is a half-human, half-machine superhero with advanced technology integrated into his body. He's known for his role in both the Teen Titans and the broader DC universe. Apologies on that one. But, like, Cyborg has done his own thing for a while. And, like, he has also been a part of, like, big league teams and, the second-tier league teams. And I think the anime I will put him in would be Psycho-Pass. In one of my personal animes, again, as I say the name Psycho-Pass and say, like, put Cyborg in Psycho-Pass, like, a lot of you saying stuff like, I get it. Like, I see it. For those of you who don't know what Psycho-Pass is, I'll read a synopsis for you from Wikipedia. Actually, this is from Fandom. The series takes place in a dystopian 22nd century Japan where it is possible to instantaneously measure and quantify a person's propensity towards criminality using a charismatic scanner. Wow, that was a damn mouthful. Pretty much, they live in a world where, like, people can find out if you're a criminal or if you're insane simply by scanning you. And there's scanners all over the place. So, like, whenever you step outside, there is a scanner scanning your brain, seeing if you have the capacity to kill or hurt someone. And putting Cyborg in a world like that, like, where he wouldn't even be subjected to that because, like, his half-machine side will stop him from even becoming that, he would be the top-tier law in that world. I mean, like, just thinking about that alone just sounds really fun. It would change the dichotomy that you see of that story. You had to have, like, a really big similar antagonist to Cyborg to put into that world, but I think, like, getting one of his rogue galleries out there, I think it'll work out. I see it. I see it working out. Next up, number 5, Miles Morales. Taking up the mantle of Spider-Man in an alternate universe, Miles Morales is a teenager with similar powers to Peter Parker. He became a beloved and iconic Spider-Man character in his own right. And, like, he did. If you read the Ultimate Miles Morales Spider-Man series, you know what I'm talking about. And you see, like, his change from there and his transport to the 616, he is still shining bright. There are 2 Spider-Men inside of the 616 simply because Miles Morales is that cool. So the anime I will put him in, I want something you like to, as you're listening to, think to yourself, like, what anime would he put Miles Morales in? Just think to yourself, like, what would he put him in there? It's a coming of age fantasy, My Hero Academia. If you're throwing tomatoes and popcorn at me again, I completely understand it. I will take that popcorn, I will eat it, I will put the tomato to the side and eat that later. Hope there's no gnats flying over it, but I get it. I got it. My Hero Academia is the anime I will put. I mean, come on, he's a teenager. He's a kid. And, like, he has, like, these cool powers. He's in a world where there's other people with superpowers. Like, you don't need, like, a real sad backstory to be a part of My Hero Academia. Like, you can just be a superhero. And, like, he goes to school to learn to be how to be a new Spider-Man. Like, how does that not sound cool? I mean, come on, dude. Let's be real with each other. That sounds awesome. For those of you who don't know what My Hero Academia is, this is from IMDb. Here's a synopsis for you. A superhero admiring boy without any superpower enroll in a prestigious hero academy and learns what it really means to be a hero. A little bit more broader terms on that, like the character Deku is the admiring superhero boy. He has no powers. Like, these powers are called quirks, and he has none until the number one superhero in that universe gives him his power. I don't feel like that's much of a spoiler. That's actually, like, the whole story. Like, the number one superhero gives Deku, this admiring boy, his superpower. And Deku becomes, learns what it means to be a new superhero. Like, what it means to be a hero. And I think Miles Morales would shine well in a world like that. Like, would he be, like, the number one hero? I don't know. Leave it to the writers. But put him in that world, from the comic book to anime, that'll do it. Next up, Vixen. Mari McCabe. Vixen possesses the ability to mimic the traits of any animal thanks to her mystic tatum. She's often involved with the Justice League and has appeared in both comics and animated adaptations. She is slowly becoming a top tier legacy character. Now, for a lot of us out there, we see legacy as the way we see classic cars. If you've been around for 25 years, you're legacy. But to become like a top tier legacy character, you have to be in adaptations. That means like TV shows, you have to be like in cartoons, you have to be like in like different features out there. And Mari, Vixen, has that about her. Now, the anime I would put her in, I don't think a lot of you would guess this one. Like, and I respect like not getting this one, but the fact that she has like the power she has, I put her in Magi, the Labyrinth of Magic, and like bear with me. Like I know, like it's a little bit of a stretch. I'm not gonna deny that it's a little bit of a stretch to put her in that one, but like I think like she can have some fun if you just pick her up, give her like a similar origin story, and put her in that world. I think it'll make sense. Here's a synopsis for Magi. Taking place in a fantasy world that borrows elements from 1001 Nights. The story follows a young boy named Aladdin and his traveling companion Alibaba, who go on adventures conquering dungeons to obtain valuable items, metal vessels, and powerful hosts capable of harnessing magic known as the Jinn. I mean, it's the story of Aladdin and genies, and trinkets, and treasures. Putting a character who can mimic animals, which just sounds like a side quest. Really, right? I'm here for it. That sounds like a cool one. I mean, I'm biased. I made the list, so I can't really say too much about this. We have been going on for a while, so I'm going to take a little bit of break, and we'll be right back. All right, we are back. Now, I know a lot of you thinking, like, okay, well, we just heard that. It was like 9 seconds long break. And I didn't pause the podcast, take like a natural break. My break was also that 9 seconds. I know, I got to work on this. I'm still learning how to do it this way because I've been doing FTO Podcast a different way. But you know what? A break is a break. We took a break. We're back. So, a break is a break. A break is a break. I'm going to keep on saying it until like I believe it. So... yeah. Next up, number 7, John Stewart. As a Green Lantern, John Stewart wields the power of a Green Lantern. He wields the power of a Green Power ring to create energy constructs. He's known for his strong sense of duty and leadership within the Green Lantern Corps. I really butchered this one. It's like midnight o'clock where I'm at right now, and like I've been up since 5 in the morning, so I apologize for the slurring of the words and the stepping on everything that I'm doing right now. But if those of you who, I'm sure if you listen to this podcast, you have to at least like a glance at John Stewart. He's like the stern and rule following Green Lantern. Like he's like bada books kind of guy. And I picked, and a lot of you old heads are gonna love this, the anime space opera sci-fi called Legend of the Galactic Heroes. Now, this came out back in like 88, and it stopped in 97. So again, the old heads are gonna love this. It's very like old school anime, like one of those trippy Daft Punk style animes. So it's like a little bit different feel, kind of like one of those old Gundam animes, you know what I mean? Something like that. But here's a synopsis for you of Legend of the Galactic Heroes. For 150 years, two mighty space powers have intermittently warred with each other, the Galactic Empire and the Free Planet Alliance. Well, I guess more. This is from IMDb. Within the Galactic Empire, based on mid-19th century Prussia, an ambitious military genius, Reinhard von Mussel, later confers Reinhard von Lungholm is rising to power. Again, butchering words late at night. It happens. But it really is like one of those slow burns type animes, like where you really gotta pay attention to what's going on and like really soak in the story. And I think that like adding a Green Lantern to something like that could be interesting. It can give you like a side story about what's going on. Have him do missions and things like that, like on the side as this this growing war is happening, talking to politicians, being a diplomat, because he's a soldier. I feel like it would change how Jon Stewart would normally attach himself to a problem and be more words friendly than more hands on. You know what I mean? And like, he's a cop, so like, you know, he has like to be a certain way and not step on any toes, not go like to any extent, because like he can't, because like it's not really his beef to bear. So he's like more a looky-loo who helps out people when he can. I feel like it could be boring to some. I'm gonna be real. It will be boring to some, but for those who like that slow burn, story based goodness, I feel like this would be right in that wheelhouse. Number eight. This is the one I was gonna do first, that like I really want to do, but like I'm doing it anyway, so it's whatever. Is Spawn, Al Simmons. An anti-hero from Image Comics, Spawn is a former government assassin who returns to Earth as a Hellspawn after making a pact with a demon. He fights against evil while struggling with his own past. Now, I have no problem with Al Simmons or the character Spawn. I don't like Todd McFarlane after Chadwick Boseman died. He made like an honoring comic book, you know, like showing like commemoration to Chadwick Boseman. But, you know, he pocketed the money for that cover that he created. And it made like a lot of money from that. And like, that didn't sit well with me. And a lot of fans like thought like it was okay for him, like, you know, make a cover with Chadwick Boseman on the front of it. Even though like there was no real connection to Todd McFarlane or Chadwick Boseman. Except for like, you know, this was a money grab for Todd McFarlane. So, you know, I don't really like Todd McFarlane after that. I don't really rock with that dude, because that sounds dirty to me. So, but you know what? In the show, good showmanship, and show like I don't really hold grudges like that. I put Spawn in the dark fantasy supernatural Tokyo Ghoul. Right? I can hear you. Yeah, right? Tokyo Ghoul. I get it. If this is your favorite anime, you saying something like Spawn would be great in there. If you hadn't seen it, here's a synopsis from my IMDb. Set in a world where humans live in constant fear of ghouls, superpowered humanoids, beings who feed on human flesh to survive, a shy college student named Kanani Kin, who is nearly killed in an attack by one of these monsters, become a half-ghoul himself after receiving an organ transplant from the ghoul. Now, if you don't think Spawn would fit right at home in Tokyo Ghoul, I highly suggest you go check out this anime. I'm serious. And if you haven't read any Spawn comics or watched Tokyo Ghoul, since there is a writer's strike and an actor strike going on right now is the perfect time to go and do that, which is why we're doing these podcasts in the first place. So, yeah, there's that for you. We got 2 more to go, then we're done. No honorable mentions this time. I'm sorry. Like, I don't have any honorable mentions in me this time. I just don't. I'm sorry. Next up, number 9, Blade, Eric Brooks. A vampire hunter with the enhanced strength and a unique immunity to vampirism. Blade battles the supernatural forces of darkness in the Marvel Universe. And here's the anime I decided to put him in, the supernatural horror Hellsing. Like, I got it. Boo! Like, just 2 on the nose. Like, seriously? You put a vampire hunter in a vampire anime? Why would you do that? Like, what? It doesn't even matter, like, how you put him in there. Like, he's a vampire hunter. Like, he's a half vampire. Like, he's an anti-hero. Why would you do that? I mean, for all those reasons, that's why I did that. If I'm being, like, completely 100 with all of you. That's, like all the reasons I just said why I shouldn't do it is exactly why I did it. So, yeah. I mean, what was I going to put him in? Like, Trigon? Come on, guys. Be real. The synopsis, according to Wikipedia, is the mission of Hellsing is to search for and destroy the undead and other supernatural forces of evil that threaten the queen and the country. See, they can be buddies. There you go. The anime, I didn't really like Hellsing. It didn't really hit well with me. It was like a poor man. It was like a rich man's Gungrave. That's how I saw Hellsing. Like Gungrave wasn't that good, where Hellsing is a little bit better, but yeah. And I know I'm going to get some hate for saying that Gungrave wasn't that good. Like, I'm not saying I didn't like Gungrave, I'm just saying it wasn't that good of an anime, so. Like, save your comments for YouTube, because that's where you can comment. It's on YouTube. Last and certainly not least, I did not slip on the women of this episode. Number 10 is Monica Rambeau, also known as Captain Marvel and Spectrum, and now Photon. Monica Rambeau has the power to manipulate energy and transform it into various forms. She has been a member of different superhero teams, including the Avengers. Yeah, right? Like, she gets around. And, like, you know, the superhero sense. Like, she is all over the place. And she's old. Since, like, what was it, the 70s? She's old. She's an old character. Like, she's been around for a while. She's rocking fro. Then, like, she put some locks in her hair. She's doing it. She went straight for a while. Like, she did, like, some Just For Me. Right? Just For Me. The old people would get it. It's whatever. God. Showing my age. And my nerdiness. But here's what you guys all came here for to listen to. I put her in the superhero action One Punch Man. Yeah. I like pausing after I give like the answer, because I know you guys like saying, what? Huh? Or, are you serious? No. I see. That's the fun. That's the fun of this, right? That is the funness of this whole program. I really do miss FTO Podcast. I'm not going to lie to any of you. I miss FTO. I miss talking about like TV news and movie news, but this is fun too. Here's a synopsis of One Punch Man if you haven't seen it. This is from IMDb. Saitama, the protagonist, is the exceptionally powerful hero who easily defeats the monsters and other villains with a single punch. However, due to his overwhelming strength, Saitama has become bored with his power and is constantly trying to find stronger opponents who can fight him. And here's like the really cool part. Like, Saitama doesn't just like go throwing himself into certain battles. It has to be like really bad that the heroes of that world can't handle, and then Saitama shows up. So I feel like Monica Rambeau, being as strong as she is, like, because she is to some people overpowered. Like, she's OP. Not a bad thing. She's written well. Like, she has all this power, but you know, she still finds opponents like who can give her a tussle. And I feel like, you know, there can be a character who gives her a tussle in One Punch Man, and Saitama can just show up and, you know, do what he does. But still, seeing that struggle, seeing that fight, seeing like that back and forth, and like the behind the scenes as you see in One Punch Man, like, it really is a good anime. If you don't watch One Punch Man, I highly recommend you check out One Punch Man. Like, seriously, like, yeah. But seeing Monica Rambeau in that, I think it would be fun to see her like do her thing, be on the sidelines, and Saitama, all the other characters, their other thing, and like have her as an addition to that whole cast. I feel like it will fit just well. But that is it. That is your top 10 list of characters, comic book characters, switching realms from comics to anime. How do I do? Was it bad? Was this a bad list? Could I have done better? You know, it doesn't matter. I did it already. It's already out there. You can't say anything. No gives these backseats. No gives these backseats. I really did have fun doing this. Like, I made it to a half an hour of the podcast. Like, you get to hear me talk about the cool stuff that is comic book and some new animes out there for you guys too. So, you know, it's a winner. Chicken dinner. Who doesn't like that? I'm going to put the name of all these animes out there along with the character in like their number order as I did them in. Like, I know. Like, I know. And like, I hope you check them out. I usually don't do stuff like this. Like, feel like the names of the stuff that I do if it's a top-down episode, because, you know, then you won't listen to the podcast. But I really want you guys to check out these animes. And like, I can't do that unless I give you the animes. I don't know. Maybe I'll figure something. Maybe I'll drop it in the comments on YouTube. Maybe that's a better option for me. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. We'll see. This has been fun. This has been great. There is still a 2-week-old episode of Table Cheese I have not posted. That's going to be dropping soon also. Again, I've had the kids, man. I've been going like doing the whole school thing. It's been a run around with that. Whew. If this was a different podcast, I go into depth about what I've been going through with these schools and get my kids enrolled. It has not been an easy experience. Every state is different. Every county is different. And sometimes, If I wasn't bald already, I'd pull my hair out. So there's that. I gotta stop laughing at my jokes. But anyways, I'm your host. I'm Dee of FTO Nerd Talk. Make sure you follow FTO Nerd Talk wherever you find stuff. I have not been doing stuff on TikTok. I have been taking a mild break on Instagram. I've been taking a lot of breaks this year. It's been a hassle. I got Dragon Con coming up on the 31st to September 4th. Right? Yeah, if you're going to be at Dragon Con, you may see me there. You may be underwhelmed. I'm just letting you know right now. Like, I am just an average dude who's doing average stuff, who thinks about wearing suspenders sometimes. So, you know what? You may be fun. You may not be fun when you hang around me. But, hey, you'll get to see me. You can say, hey, I met that dude who made FTO who talks about nothing but black people all the time. So, you know, maybe he's compensating for something. Maybe he's a secret alien from a different planet. Oh, wait, that's too much. There it is. The cat's out of the bag. Where'd that cat go? It's been a fun time talking to you guys. I'm doing too much. And until next time, take it easy. Hey guys, Dee here of FTO Nerd Talk. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, tell your friends about FTO Nerd Talk. Got a lot of different shows for all of you. Make sure you tune in every week for a brand new episode. Take it easy.